Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barracks here, and I am at the Two Sisters Winery in Niagara on the lake, and I'm about to do a engagement shoot with a couple. I can't really show you the couple right now because I'm super excited to get started with them, and we're kind of in a rush. But I wanted to do this video really quickly just to talk a little bit about my approach with engagement shoots. A big thing for me when I am doing engagement shoots, I really want them to be fun, lighthearted, and I want the couple who are my talent in front of the camera, I should say, to be comfortable in front of the camera. So I really make sure that they're feeling as great as possible. I'm always giving them pats on the back by telling them how good they look, how smart they are, how their smile looks great. And I think that's really important, but also, it's also important to really be mindful of all of the details. So right now we're in the barrel room, and essentially what this room is where all the barrels are full of wine, where all the barrels are stored so the wine is made. And there are a lot of details. There are seals that say Two Sisters. There are the rustic sort of look of the table and different items that really help to depict what the environment's like. So I'm taking pictures of that as well as taking pictures of the couple. And I think that's really important. The other thing I think is really important is understanding lighting. We have a Godox, I believe it's 600 AD, right on here with a this is a 7-foot umbrella. And the big thing here is we want to have some nice diffusion. We want to have a little bit more of commercial lighting in terms of making sure that all of the vibrant skin tones come out on camera. And I'm shooting with the 50 millimeter 1.8 Sony lens kit. It's not really a kit lens, but it's a prime lens, as well as the Sony A7 Mark III. I have my Godox Pro trigger, which allows me to do a lot of different creation here, and we're going to be working on some things right now. So talk to you in a bit. I liked your hands up a little bit. It's cool. It's cool. There you go. Oh, look right here again. Perfect. Yeah, looking good. Looking like $1 million there. That's good. That's good. That's good. See? Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that lighting was all good. It's looking like a...
That's the test shot.
You want to see the test shot? The test shot? Yeah. We're just, you know...
See, we just used the iPhone.
All right, so hand on the hip or whatever you feel like comfortable with, right? Perfect, yeah. And give me like a nice, like sort of like, smile. We're gonna have a little sexy, a little sophisticated, right? We're gonna bring that out now. Now she's laughing like, okay, yeah. There you go, perfect. There you go. Nice, beautiful, stay right there. So because of how crazy and hectic the schedule was yesterday, I wasn't able to finish off the vlog on site because we really had a little bit of time. We were trying to get a golden hour, and you know, I just didn't have time to stop and explain everything that I was doing. So what I'd like to do here in my studio is kind of explain just the different phases of the shoot so you can understand sort of my approach and what my thought process was. Now, when my clients came to me and they asked me about doing an engagement shoot, they didn't really necessarily have an idea of what the engagement shoot was going to look like, but one of the things that they were sure about was they had ideas of different locations that they wanted to shoot at. And I thought it was important, based upon the different locations that they selected, that we kind of came up with themes and a vibe for each location. This first session was actually at the Two Sisters Vineyard in Niagara on the lake. And it was my first time at the Two Sisters Vineyard. And the first thing I was looking for were interesting architectural landmarks. So when I came out of the car, out of our vehicle, and we arrived at the Two Sisters Vineyard, you know, O'Shane and myself, we really wanted to kind of focus in on what are some of those interesting places that we can shoot at that can bring the viewer in, create a certain atmosphere and vibe for our clientele, and at the same time tell a story, because we are storytellers. They first took us into the barrel room, and this is basically a room where, as I explained before, there are tons of barrels of wine from different ages and different generations and different years. And There's a table, a nice sort of dining, a rustic table. And I just automatically felt like this is almost like an elegant sort of wine tasting, wine vibe room, right? Based upon the way that my clients were dressed, I really wanted this to be something almost like taking the approach of this is their own private vineyard. This is their own private space where they had some time to enjoy each other and enjoy the wines that they have created. My goal here in this particular space wasn't to fill the whole room with lights and to illuminate everything in the room. What I wanted to do was I really wanted to give a level of intimacy with the lighting, but at the same time polish. These shots that you're seeing right now is by using a 7-inch umbrella with a high level of diffusion. It's probably 1 or 2 stops of diffusion. I'll have the link in the bio below. I also like spending the first, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes of any sort of engagement session, any sort of photography shoot, just kind of using it as throwaway shots. And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of times when you're dealing with individuals that are not really comfortable in front of the camera or haven't been in front of the camera for like lengthy periods of time, they can freeze up, they can seize up, they can get really intimidated. So what I try to do is to really try and warm them up. And my intention is not really to use any of the shots, the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes of the shoot, because most of those shots are not really the best versions of the clients or the talent that's in front of me. And at around 8 o'clock, we slowly made our way outside into the vineyards, and that's when the magic happened. Yeah, look at each other, perfect. Stay still for a minute, please. What happened there?
You gave me like an air kit.
I started out using the Sigma Art Series 50mm 1.4, and I just wanted to get some candids, get them walking, get them talking, and really get them used to the new space, because again, they were used to being inside in sort of an area that was more isolated. There wasn't people watching. When we went outside to the vineyards, it was about 50 to 60 meters away from a restaurant that was a part of the vineyard. There were people walking around, etc. So we really wanted to kind of own a part of the space. We tried shooting in between a few different vineyard lanes, and some things worked, some things didn't work because of the height of the sun. And then I found a really cool space, and that's when the magic happened. So check out some of these photos here. We took out the Godox 600 light with a 120 softbox, and we pointed it at the couple while the sun was just under the horizon, but we still had some golden hour colors in the sky, some blues, some purples, some reds, and some oranges. And what I wanted to do was I want to keep the colors in the sky, but at the same time, I want to illuminate their skin and give more of an editorial feel. So this is just a quick overview of my approach when it comes to any sort of style shoots or any sort of engagement shoots. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope you learned something. I hope that this gave you some inspiration. If you have any questions or any sort of comments about my approach or about some of the photos that I created, please just comment below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and also like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay cool. Peace.